What's happening, everybody? TJ, what's going on? Bugatti. What else we got up in here? What's up, Robert? Don? So, we'll talk a little bit about factoring, why people factor. I think everybody should factor. A lot of people say that, they'll fund it themselves, but what are they giving up? What are they giving up for that couple percentage points? What is it? Well, depending on the rate you get, anywhere from 2 to 3%. Usually 3% is normal when you first start out. The bigger your company grows, of course, you'll get lower rates because you have a lot of volume. It's all deals on volume, right? Me and PJ say, what up from the riverbank? Hey, what are you guys fishing? You didn't invite me? What's up with that, Big Mac? PJ would have invited me. See, you must have told him not to. All right. I see how it is, Big Mac. All right. Next time I go to McDonald's, I'll order you a Junior Mac. All right. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying it. You're probably camping or something. But there's lots of reasons to factor. And I don't care what anybody says that says they'll do it themselves, they'll fund their own. You're taking a big risk, huge risk. Yes, sir. Well, there you go. He's got the drink and the bait. What's up, Brandon O? So, if you go with a good factoring company, and I think the best factory company out there, hands down, is Thunder Funding. Great customer service. You ever have a problem? Anyone that answers that phone can solve your problem. That's the number one key. If you go with these big conglomerates, banks, you get one person. That's who your contact is. They're the only ones that seem that can help you with your account. And if that's the case, what good are they? And two, do they give you a fuel card with fuel discounts? A lot of them don't. Thunder Funding has a great fuel card. They work with EFS and customer service, by far the best in the industry. Anybody that uses them can tell you that. Let me see if I got this. Right there. If you call Scott or Willie, tell them BRRN sent you, Big Rig Radio Network, they're going to give you a great deal. But let's take a look. Why would you like to factor? Well, number one, you can get your money in 24 hours. You can get it same day. Of course, there's a fee with a lot of them, but these are some options here. Make sure you get a fuel card. You can get your discounts, and you don't have to pay for this fuel card. If you go to NASTIC, they get you. You got to take a class. Why do you need to take a class to get a fuel discount? And plus, it's what, $300 a year, something crazy like that, plus monthly fees of some sort. I don't know the whole thing. I just go by what I hear and other people tell me about it, because I would never sign up for that. No way. So here's some things. And then what else do you get that you don't get if you don't factor? With factoring, you also get, these are three things here, right? You get 24-hour pay, you can get same-day pay, you can get fuel card, you can get a fuel advance, right? You can get a fuel advance. You get all this. You also get broker checks. So you could check the brokers to make sure they pay, because if you don't factor, how are you going to check the brokers? Are you going to pay a company so you could put in the MC numbers to the broker to see if they even pay? You cannot. If you're using that DAT board, you cannot go by their credit scores that they're showing you on those brokers, because there's a catch-22 to it. See, DAT uses Triumph Pay. 123 load board uses Thunder Funding. DAT, if that broker, whether they're day one in the industry, goes in there and says, okay, we'll use Triumph Pay, they're the 90, 100%, 99%, somewhere in there, that's a false reading. False. There's no history there. Just because they're going to do something, they give them this rating. So, broker checks. Why is that important? Well, if a broker's brand new, how do you know they're going to pay you? They have no history. Or, let's say they are an old broker, but they don't pay. You look down into the section that has comments, and you'll see slow pay, no pay, short pay. You'll see all of these information, right, that carriers leave on the broker and that funding companies leave on those brokers. So you'll see their whole credit rating, how many days that they don't pay, or when they do pay, how far out are they? 30, 60, 90, 120 days? It'll all show that, right, with their credit worthiness. So that's another good reason. Here's the biggest. Here's the biggest. And this. You now have a billing department and a collections department. These folks are there to do exactly that. Bill those brokers for the money and collect. Those two things. What's that do for you? Well, if you're a one-man show, a lot of them will say, well, I'll just fund it myself. Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead and take your money. And this is what really drives me crazy about that stupid concept. All right. And I'm going to get a lot of flack for it because I'm going to call it stupid. Would you, I'm going to ask anybody in here that's watching, if I wanted you to pull a load, right, I'm broker A. Hey, I got this load for you, $6,000. You take it. Basically, you're running that load and you're giving me $6,000, right? I'm holding on to your money. You don't know me. All you did was made a phone call. Know nothing about the company. But yet you're going to let them hold on to $6,000 of your money? How smart is that? And they're going to pay you. Oh, they said they pay in 30 days. You're going to trust somebody. Hey, if you trust them that much, send me $6,000. I'll send it back to you in 30 days. You know, that's what you're doing, right? That's what you're doing. Those guys that are self-supporting themselves and not using a funding company, because that small percentage pays for itself, because just doing this alone saves you what? Time. Time is money. If you have to pay somebody to do this, you're going to pay way more than the 3%, 2.5%, whatever you negotiate, or however big your company is, whatever that factoring rate would be. You're going to pay somebody a whole lot more money for their time to do that for you. Now, you could have guys say, well, I do it all myself. All right. One, you're just handing all your money out there to somebody else because you're putting fuel in your truck. You're running those loads for free until you get paid. If they don't pay you, how are you going to go get the money? Do you have time to go to each one of those states and sue them? Take them to court? Because if you look at any contract, even your trucking contract, should state that any litigation has to be done in the county, in the state of that company. Which means you got to go there to do something. That's what it means. So, that small percentage to get all of this benefit, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer. Here's what the guys don't think about. And if they think that quick pay isn't the same as factoring, it's exactly the same. They're charging you a percentage to get the money. All right. So let's say you're on the other side of the fence. Let's say you said, "Oh no, I won't use a factoring company. I'm going to fund it all myself." All right. Anybody want to throw up there how much money they make in a week, gross, hauling loads, and miles? Some owner-operator out there, throw me last week's weekly gross number with miles. I got 4 whiteboards, John. If I wanted to pull a trick and flip this around, it's on both sides, right? I mean, I got the 2 there, but if I turn the whole thing, which I'm not going to, you would have 4. Sponsored by Thunder Funding. Like the logo there? And we will give away a few shirts, maybe a hat during this session if you want to. Got you on the big 65 at home. Oh, just in case. There we go. Brandon O. Big 65. Woo! All right. 11,350 Nevada trucking trails, 3,400 miles. All right. So check this out, Nevada trucking. What's up, Anthony Bressler? All right. So he said, let's just round it. Nevada, we're going to say 11,000, right? 11,000 for that week. 3,400 miles. All right. So, for simplicity, right? Let's just call it 3,000 miles, 6 miles a gallon, 500 gallons times $3 is $1,500. Okay, so this first week, if you fund this yourself, you're out $1,500. You're out $11,000 until you get it. You don't have it yet. You're out $1,500. Let's go to week 2. Let's say Nevada Trails does 10 grand. This is week 1. Here's week 2. He does 10,000. And let's say he does the same 3,000 miles. So he's got the 500 gallons again, 1,500. So in week 2, he's $3,000 out of his pocket, has got no money yet. He's $21,000 in the hole because other people have his money. 2 brokers, 3 brokers, 4 brokers, whatever. Now, do you see how Nevada could get in some pretty good trouble? Let's say week 3 is another 10. Week 4, let's say he does another 11. And we'll just say these are all $1,500 for the fuel. So at the 30-day, he's out $6,000. He's out $6,000. He's out truck payments, maintenance, breakdowns if he had any, house bills if he pays all the house bills. So what if his truck, trailer, insurance, his house bills, all that, and we use a Dean's number, $9,000. $9,000. So now you're out $15,000 1 month in, and you got 10, 20, 30, 42K of your money sitting there with brokers. Sitting there. Does that make good business sense? Because, okay, let's say 30 days, you get 10 grand of it. You're still 32K in the hole. Well, now you're on week 5, and if you do another 10 grand, you're back up to 42K in the hole. And let's say week 6, month and a half, you don't get no more money. Nothing comes in. You do another 10 grand a week, you're at 52K in the hole. Now you're at 52K. And you're another 9,000, you're another 3,000 in the hole in here in fuel. So now you're at 18,000 in the hole. Is your fuel. And half of your home expenses and everything, and truck payment and everything, another 4,500. So you'd be at 22K in the hole. 52K in the hole on what they owe you. Does this make sense? Oh, but I don't want to pay 3%. But you got potential $74,000 in the hole until you get the money. But see, now check this out. You're 22 in the hole. Let's say you get 20 grand of this 52 back on week 7. Right? You get 22 grand back. Now you're at 0. But that another week is another 20, let's say another 2,500 on your home expenses, another 15 in fuel, so you're still 4K in the hole. Almost going on 2 months, you're still in the hole. You will always be in the hole. Always be in the hole. There's no way out of the hole. And you're letting other people hold your money that you don't even know. And you're going to trust these brokers? Look what they do to you. How long do you got to wait for some of these brokers to give you detention when detention should be put right in the rate con? You know, it takes 2 seconds. I know. I use the TMFS software. And their contract is with their customer. And if their contract says after 2 hours you're getting X amount of dollars for detention, there is no reason in this world that they even have to call their customer and get approval. It's already approved. It's in the contract. So when you call them up, say I was there 4 hours, you owe me 2 hours detention, let's say it's $80. All that broker's got to do is say, send me the bill lading, email it to me with the in and out times signed. You do that. Guess what? I can have you that rate con in a minute. I just pull it up online, add detention, boom, send it to you. It's that fast. But yet, they will make you wait weeks, days. They will, hoping you go away. But you're going to trust those folks that do that with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of your money? Really? It's not a very good business decision in my book. But, just the benefits that they would receive. Because think about it. If you're doing all these loads, if Nevada Trails is doing all these loads, let's say this is 4 loads. I don't know what it is, but we'll just say it's 4. By the end of the month, you have 12 loads you're chasing. End of 2 months, you got 24 loads that you're trying to keep up on while you're doing more to see, did they send you the money? Did they not? You got to call them up, and then when you call them, you get the stall tactic. Well, we didn't receive a clear bill of lading. We couldn't read it. That broker ain't contacting you. They're going to wait because they got your money. But, if you don't want to factor, that's up to you. Because as you grow, you will. So why not just start doing it? The biggest companies in America fund their money. So these are the benefits that you get from factoring. These are all the benefits. These here is the biggest thing. This billing department, this collections department, we'll give it, let's say Thunder Funding has 30 people in this department. Their whole job is to collect the money in the billing department. Take care of you. Because when they fund it, they already know that they're almost 100% going to get their money. And they will bill them, collect them, and you don't have to worry about it. And you've already got your money. Now, I've sent through, I'd have to bring it up, probably 7,000, 8,000 loads. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But it's way up there. And they collect it on every single one. And I bet you the guys that don't factor have been stiffed more than once. It only takes 1 or 2 stiffs to equal the whole amount of money that you would use factoring. So, what's up, Ghost Cat? Could you imagine being the company that factors? What are you talking about? I have to ask, since I'm a company driver, what happens if the broker doesn't pay the factory company? Well, they're going to pay the factory company, Mike, because here's why. Here's why. Here's what the factory company can do that you can't do. Let me take this off of here. All right, here's what happens. All right, so the factoring company, it goes into 60 days. After 60 days, they have an option to keep pushing, or they could charge back, right? They could charge back. But here's what they tell that broker. All right, fine. You don't send us the money. Here's what we're going to do. First of all, they're going to go and collect off, they're going to go to their bond, collect off their bond. And the broker knows the factory company can do it. Why? because they got the money. They got the money. Now, here's what they're going to do also. They're going to put a thing in against their credit rating. So now you look up ABC broker, and let's say he had a 95%, but now he's got a 82%. See, that's why if the broker's going to stiff somebody, they're going to stiff the single owner operator. Why? Because they're not going to do none of these. And they can't do nothing with this. But the factoring company has the access to this. And they always know how to do this because that's their job. That's what they do. And when ABC Brokers gets down here, guess what happens? It doesn't matter. Factoring companies will not approve that broker. So it's just not underfunding. What's the other ones? TBS, Triumph, you name them. If that broker gets too far down on credit rating, they won't factor them. So what happens? That broker loses all access to all carriers that use the factoring companies. That broker will have a hard time moving that load. The only people who's going to get to move that load is the single owner operators that don't factor, that don't look up credit ratings. They just say, oh, that's a great paying load, I'll take it. 45 days later, they're waiting for the money. 90 days later, they're still waiting for their money. You know what I mean? They have to pay the factory company. That's why I was laughing, and the driver gets stiffed. But how many loads they factor every day? The factoring companies? Hundreds of thousands of loads go through factory companies. Now, even brokers use factoring companies, right? Even brokers use factoring companies. Because cash is king and cash flow is king. In the trucking business, cash flow is everything. It's everything. Without the cash flow, you're dead in the water unless you have a huge bank account. Now, how many people in here, let's say if you were a 20 truck operation, would you factor or would you use your own money? Because this is where I love getting the guys that say use their own money. Really? Crazy. But anyway, we'll let you guys decide. If you had 20 trucks, would you factor or would you use your own money? Here, 20 trucks. Would you factor or use your own money? And we'll say each truck does $8,000 a week, $160K a week. And if they average 2,000 miles a week, it's 40,000 miles a week. Right, Thor, you'd factor, right? You'd factor. Because, you know, if you sat there and you had 20 trucks, you had 40,000 miles a week, And if your fleet averaged 6.5 miles a gallon, that's about 6,154 gallons of fuel times $3. You're at 18,462. $18,467 in fuel, $160,000 a week. So in a course of a month, that's if they did $8,000 a piece, right? But if a company did this for 4 weeks, you would have 320K, and you would have, rounded up to 65K, $385,000 of your money in 30 days held up. Now, some are going to pay in 30 days, but you know you got to have at least 400K of your money held up. If you took that 400K and you invested it, you're going to make more than if you were doing this volume. Let's say you got 2%. 2%. You're going to make 2% on your 400K if you invest it per month. It's not hard to do with that sizable amount of money. And if you're doing this, you're going to need 2 or 3 billing people. And if you pay them a 40-hour week, right? Say you pay them $15 an hour. Let's say it's 15, $600 a week. 2 of them is $1,200 a week, $4,800 a month. $4,800. So this is what it costs for an employee, $4,800 a month. Now, if you were doing your $160 a week with all these 20 trucks, and you take that to a monthly, well, that would be over the month, but 640K at 2%. What's that, $12,800? And then you take away the 4,800, you got 8K there. And if you could make 2% in the market on your money, that's 8K. That zeroes out. It's not costing you nothing to factor. But we're not even including in here anything else in there. Unemployment insurance, medical, if you have to provide medical, all that stuff. We're not going that deep into it. You would not use your own money, especially in this case. Someone else is holding that money. You could use it investing in something else. Exactly, Thor, exactly. If you want to buy more equipment, it's there. More trailers, it's there. But if you're holding all that off, the more you make, the more you grow, the bigger that piece of pie you have to hold back. And the biggest thing is, if this actually happened, which it's not going to happen, you're not going to make 8K a truck, right? You're not going to get 8K a truck, every single truck every week. But in this scenario, if you did, in a month's time, that's $640,000, right? It's $640K. Who would want to fund that themselves when they can invest that money? And do you want however many brokers holding all that money that you don't even know? And you're hoping they send it to you on a timely basis? Anthony Brusher says, plus it's a peace of mind. Two Broke Tim says, I've heard of brokers racking up numerous debts to truckers, then going out of business, leaving the owner-operator nothing. Exactly. They pay the funding companies, but they leave the owner-operator on the hook because they know They can't do it. Plus, another thing is this: non-recourse. If it's non-recourse and a broker files bankruptcy, you don't have to pay that money back. It's non-recourse. But if you're sitting out here as the small owner-operator, and let's say you hauled 15 loads for that guy, and he's got 30 grand of your money, he goes bankrupt, guess how much you get? If he goes bankrupt, Chapter 7, right? And he's got 30K of your money. How much do you think you're going to get? You're going to get the goose egg. You're going to get the zero. Now, if they went bankrupt and everything, non-recourse, you get your 30K. You don't got to pay your 30K back to the factoring company. That's what non-recourse is. Only good for bankruptcy. Mike Williams says, if you own a company and you have a contract freight, can you factor loads? Yes. Yes. If, let's say if I go out and I get a direct customer, I call Thunder Funding. I say, hey, I got this direct customer, XYZ widgets or whatever they make. Can you factor their loads? They'll call the company. They'll do a little research and say, yes, we'll factor those loads. Then they just bill XYZ widget company. And the loads are factored. So they will factor direct customers, not only brokers. They will do their direct customers also. But hey, anybody want to let's give away a hat? Anybody want a hat? Got a Thunder Funding hat, nice logo. Anybody wants a hat? Put up a number between 1 and 100, and we'll do a random number generator. And if you want a hat, we'll do that. 1 to 100. How about this? Yeah, we'll do a hat, and then next time we'll do a shirt. We'll do a shirt here in a minute. Later on, we'll do a shirt. All right, well, here's the hat. 1 to 100. And when I hit the button, we'll go up from there to get the number. So here we go. We're going to do a number. We're going to generate it. We'll give it another 10 seconds. All right, here we go. We're going to generate it. Everything's in. 87. Closest to 87. We're stopping at the Facebook user 35. We'll go on up. There's a 42. There's a 74 Blackbeard. 75 Trucker for Life. 67. So Trucker for Life, you won the hat. Just send your info to. Here, I'll put it in there. Let me see if we got this in here. All right. Anybody want to join in and talk about factoring? You can. I'll put the link up. But just send the email with your info to show@bigregradionetwork.com, and we'll take care of that. And in a few minutes, we'll do a shirt. You might win both. If you want to join in, click on the link. We'll put you right in, and you can join in and talk about factoring. And if you don't think it's a good idea, let's go through it. Right? Let's go through it. But the biggest main points is this. You get your cash flow, and you don't have to factor every single load. That's the great part. With Thunder Funding, you don't have to factor every single load. So if you have the broker that pays you with no fee, you don't broker that. Or you don't factor that, right? You don't factor that broker. The only thing this works is if you factor the broker one time, you always factor that broker. So if you have some of the brokers that charge you no fee, you don't have to factor those brokers. So you pick and choose on who you want to factor with underfunding. Right? So that means it pays no fee. So let's just make up a broker. Let's say Convoy. And let's say Uber. Let's say, okay, I'm not going to factor these two guys. All you do is don't send underfunding none of their rate cons. Because once you send one rate con, then they send notice of assignment, NOA, to the broker. Now that broker is going to pay them every single time. So the ones you don't want to factor, you don't send in. Great option. Exactly, Anthony. It's a great option. That's why you come to Thunder Funding, call them up, negotiate your best rate, get the fuel card for free with the fuel discounts, start running, factor only the companies you want to factor, and it's a win-win situation. Win-win situation. What's going on? Number one driver, MK. How long do you have your own authority to be a factor company? Will even factor those day one, Mike. Thunder Funding will set you up, even if you are getting your authority before it is even active. Call them up. They'll set you up so when you go on that first load and deliver, you send it in. Then have all your money put on your fuel card. I'm going to show you the best way to do this. I shouldn't show all the secrets, but hey, you guys watch the show. If you go to Thunder Funding, this is how easy it can work for you. Now, here's what you do. There's all kinds of options to get your money from Thunder Funding, right? You can do an ACH to your bank, right? They can ACH it to your bank. They can wire it. Fuel card, right? They can put it on your fuel card. So here's what you do. You put it on the fuel card. Why? It's fast. Goes right on there. Second reason, you got to have money on your fuel card to use it at the pump, get the fuel discounts. So what you do, if you're brand new, Mike, here's what you do. Make sure you have full tanks so you can get through your first short load or whatever, get your funding, and get money on that fuel card. So let's say you do a $1,000 load, and you're full of fuel. Let's say it's only 300 miles. So you can do 3 or 4 of those before you need fuel, right? So you pick up Monday, you deliver Tuesday. And if you're on a 3%, let's say, you're going to get $970 when you deliver that load. And tell them, on Tuesday, you turn that in. So Wednesday, $970 gets loaded on your fuel card. So then the next day, let's say you do another $1,000 load. So you deliver Wednesday, Thursday, another $970 put on your fuel card. So now your fuel card has $1,940 on it. So you say, well, I'm going to keep $600 on there at all times. So on your fuel card, TMFS, you go in the back office, you put your bank account number in there. So guess what? You ACH your money to yourself any time you want. So you go into your fuel card account and say, oh, ACH $1,000. That $1,000 goes to your bank account, you're left with $940. So let's say you do a $2,000 load. You buy $500 worth of fuel, right? So your fuel card will go to $440. You deliver a $2,000 load, they'll load up what? $1,940 because of the 3%, let's say. So now your fuel card has $2,340. Then, okay, well, I'll just keep $1,000 on there. ACH, $1,340. Your bank account. And you can put multiple bank accounts in there. ACH to as many of them as you want. So you could have your business account, personal account, savings account, whatever. As you grow a fleet, these ACHs will be all of your drivers down the list. Little trick of the trade. That's what the factoring company brings to you. That's what they bring. It makes no sense it makes no difference to Broke Tim what type of load it is. Doesn't matter if it's reefer, drive, flatbed, hot shot, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of load it is. RN, can you factor after? What's that mean? Do you mean if, let's say you factored convoy, or you didn't factor convoy, but you wanted to later? Is that what you're talking about? See, I factor all of it. I don't care if these companies will do it for free. I care less. Because sometimes they don't pay like they say they pay. Sometimes they're 60 days or 40 days, 35 days. They're not exact. The reason why I factor every single load, it's a lot easier at tax time. Why? Because I go to Thunder Funding, to my account, and I look at, right here, total account. And it'll have a number here, right? It'll have a number. And it'll say, that's your number of all of the freight you factored with them that year. So guess what? When you do your taxes, your corporate taxes, whatever, you know exactly how much money you made. Because here's the biggest thing. If you haul for, like us, right? We hauled for 225 brokers last year. 225 different brokers last year. Out of all those, somebody tell me how many 1099s I got. Somebody take a guess. Out of 225 brokers, how many of these guys or gals sent me a 1099? I'll wait a minute. RN says 1. One, says Clyde. Hey, you guys are close. You're a little off. Corey's getting warmer. 7. Could you imagine the nightmare if you didn't have a trucking program that you put in every single load to know what the bottom line was for gross, right? Your gross. If you only got 7 and you didn't know what the other 218 were in your program, what if your program had a glitch or went down or something? You lost that info. How do you know this? Well, if you factor, especially with Thunder funding, you'll know exactly what the number is. Go in your account and look at it, because they know how much they charge you. So I can go in there on my software, I know, but I can also double check in my Thunder funding account of how much money came through. Jimmy, we've always, Thunder funding is collected on every single one of our bills. Now, let me take a look. Let me take a look at last year. Let me see here. Let me bring up some software here. Sign in. Loads. All right. Now I'm going to look at $20. Let's see what we did in 2020. Let me get back here a little bit. We'll do a little math. We'll do a little math here. Well, there's 4. All right. Let me get back to 2020 anyway. It'll take me a little bit. I hit the wrong screen, so bear with me. And we'll find that number anyway. So we're about 3,900 there, and then we're going to have to subtract. So I'm going to have to go way back here. I'll give you an estimate. We're going to be around the 2,500 mark or so at least. Because we're already in the 1,275 mark, and we're only halfway through the year. So we'll just guesstimate. I don't want to try to find where to find it. A few thousand loads, say 2,500 loads, paid for every single one of them. In the course of time with Thunder funding, we've done over 6,000 loads and been paid on every single load. No load has been charged back in close to 5 years. Been with them since day one. First load taken on my truck, never changed. Not going to change my relationship with Thunder funding as long as I'm in business. Why? You cannot get the customer service they provide anywhere else in this industry. Can't do it. Plus, they offer a lot of stuff. Most of them don't even offer fuel card. The biggest one is just trying to get a fuel card. They've been offering a fuel card since day one. And their discounts are getting better and better because they're for the owner-operator. they're not all about, just collecting the fees and forgetting about you. They're about the owner operator. That's why they partner with 123 Load Board also, because Lauren and that group is all about the owner operator. And they're starting to work harder on getting more and more brokers signed into them, which I don't know why a broker wouldn't use them, because if they have a software that's integrated with them, you know how much it costs? DAT charges for the broker to put their loads on there. You know how much 123 Load Board charges a broker if they integrate? If they have integration? Somebody guess what they charge the broker. And if any brokers are watching this, they might learn something. If using any type of TMS software that you can integrate, and I talked to Lauren, I think he even said if they have a spreadsheet or something they can upload, here's what they charge them. $0. Zero. The big zero. Why wouldn't you want to put your load on there? Didn't cost you nothing. Because they're for the owner operator, just like Thunder Funding. So that's why I don't go anywhere else. I get hundreds of emails. Factoring companies want your business, want your business, want your business. I tell them no. They say, well, we can beat where you're at. So no, you can't. No, you can't do it. Because you can't beat the customer service. I don't care if they can beat the percentage, because they're not going to be able to beat the percentage. And if they do, what, 0.1%, maybe 0.2%, that's not worth the customer service. Sorry to tell you. I don't even ask them. Every 90 days you can renegotiate, because they do 90-day agreements. They don't lock you in for a year or 2 years. They do 90-day. Every 90 days, I could call and negotiate. Do I? No. I don't ask them, because I don't mind paying for good customer service. That's just me. Right, Mike, you're going to know what the fee is, right? It's all in there, right? It's the accounting program. You're looking at it. It's going to have your totals. It's going to have the fees you paid, and then there's the net. So all that you can have access to. Plus, you have access to all of the brokers that are 30 to 40 days. You know, your factoring's 1 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. 60 and over, you will see any of the brokers that you've hauled loads for and what column they're in. So you'll know. You know, that's just the way it works. And here's another thing. Let's say you don't factor, and the broker pays you had $1,000 load and they send you $800. Now you're calling them, why don't I get $800? Because you were late. You didn't use 4 kites. There's a $250 charge for that. Or you didn't use, any of the other ones, right? There's a $200 charge for not using that. And it's all in the rate con. All of it. Just like we had a driver today, booked a load, Big Blue Star. It's got to be double brokered or quadruple brokered or something, because I read the rate cons. So I called our contractor up. Say, do you know you have to, when you check in to that shipper, can't tell them you're with us. You got to tell them the name of the broker, or they will charge you $150. What kind of, what is that? What are they hiding? Right? So when you walk in, you got to say, yeah, they'll say, well, who are you? Well, I'm the big blue star picking up this load. Why can't you say you're at ABC Trucking with the load number? What are they hiding? There's something there. If you got to tell them that specific name, if you don't, they're going to charge you money. Isn't that wrong? Isn't that wrong? That's like blind shipments. Stupidest thing. Stupid. But, in another stall tactic, where these guys will get you the money because they will go against bonds and everything else, is you all been there. You go into the receivers, they'll put their stamp on it, keep all of the bills if you didn't make copies beforehand. That's why I tell all my guys, as soon as you leave the shipper, you take a picture with a cam scanner, tiny scanner, whatever scanner you got, or just your phone, of every single piece of paper they give you. Because the bill might say 1 of 10 pages. If you send back to that broker page 1 because they kept the other 9 and it has the sticker that said everything was good and delivered, they might not pay you. Because they'll say, well, my customer requires all 10 pages. That's a stall tactic, folks. It's a stall tactic. Do they not pay a lot of people for that? Sure. Sure they do. But that's one of the tricks they use. So to make sure you never have a problem, take this piece of golden nugget, or whatever people want to call it, to the bank. When you pick up at that shipper, take a picture of every single bill you have. That way, when you get to the receiver and you hand them 20 pages, they give you back 2, doesn't matter. You got the other 18 in your phone on a PDF. So you scan them in and send it all in. Makes sense? Because once you leave there, you play heck trying to get them bills back. But nobody wanted to join in, huh? Everybody's shy. It is corrupt, Jeremy Rice. It is corrupt. We'll put the link up. If anybody wants to talk about, factoring and stuff before we leave. If somebody joins in, we'll stay on here another 30 minutes. Nobody joins in, we'll cut it loose and go watch some TV. They make portable scanners. Yeah, but RN, your phone's a scanner. If you download Tiny Scanner, I think it's $6 or $7 one-time fee, or Cam Scanner's free, but it'll leave a watermark. Your phone makes the best scanner. Just boom, and it scans. And that's, I had a manifest over 100 pages. Exactly. They could ask for all of those. If they know they exist, they could. But you could scan them all in and not have to worry about it. Send it as one file. Blackbeard, what's going on? Everything you say is solid. Well, Blackbeard, that's why, we don't get a lot of people that view this channel. And we never did. And it doesn't bother me. You know why? I would rather have 40 or 50 or 60 live viewers watching this channel that I know want to learn, want to do better in this industry. Those are the folks I like. I like all of you guys that come in here because You actually want to learn, grow a business, and do better. I don't care about having 200 people watching that wants drama. That doesn't do nothing, for me. If I'm out here teaching this stuff or telling you what I know and learning from you guys, and we all learn from each other, we can make trucking a better place. I don't care about, talking drama and doing all this stuff just to get views. I don't care if I get views. I don't care. I don't never ask people to hit the thumbs up half the time. You want to hit thumbs up to try to get the video out there, you hit thumbs up. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. What's up, MT Fuel Corp? I like you too. Well, you spelled my name wrong. What are you doing on the island? Come on, Bob. You're not doing nothing. Click on the link. Jump in here. Your wife's probably sitting in the other room watching TV. That's where mine's at. Probably got that Netflix on or something, or LMT, or, something like that. Anthony Bressler, he's not shy. He could click on the link. Oh, you're in bed? Recommendations for fuel cards? Yeah, Nevada. Underfunding. They'll give you the EFS fuel card for free. There you go. There's your recommendation. Do I recommend Nastic, Mud Flap, and all those guys? Not if they're going to charge you. If you got to pay, like $300 or in a class or whatever to use their fuel card, you got to put all that into the savings, right? Because they also charge you a monthly fee also. So you got to subtract that from your yearly savings to see what you're actually getting. And you're limited. You can't go to any fuel stop to get a discount. You got to use those fuel stops. Well, if you're leased on, you're not going to do your own factoring. We don't charge our guys for the factory. We just factor it, and there you go. What's up, Lionel? What you been up to, buddy? When are you adding new owner-operators or consultations? I want assistance with getting authority in the next few months. Just shoot me an email, Lionel. Shoot me an email. I probably got your phone number somewhere. I got 7,000 phone numbers in this phone. Got him out of bed, folks. He's out of bed. I don't know how I got him out of bed. He doesn't look like he was even in bed. What a fibber.
I was in bed.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
What the wife said, get out of here.
She said, I'll watch you in the TV in the bedroom and you go live in the office. I said, all right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna do a dance for her?
No. No.
Oh, you guys are past those days.
She has to dance for me.
Oh, is that what she's doing? She's in there practicing on her dance moves? She's shy, didn't want you in there?
No, I don't know what she's doing in there. I could hear her laughing because she's listening.
Well, that's what she's doing. She's practicing. She's shy, You guys only been married for like 75 years.
Yeah, we've been married since 1993, August. Coming up, August 28th.
Oh, then that's why she's laughing. She got rid of you.
Yeah, she probably wants to go to bed.
Yeah, she gets to watch what she wants to watch now. She got rid of you.
Yeah, well, I watch YouTube.
Oh, in the bedroom on the TV?
That's right.
Oh, there ain't no wonder she wanted to get rid of you.
Well, let's face it. What else am I supposed to watch? The news? The news sucks.
She's probably getting a good sleep now because she's not getting blinded from the light on my forehead reflecting through the TV.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I'm not going to insult you. I only have praise for the Big Rig Radio Network.
Hey, man, are these guys not the best group of folks that you've met?
Yeah, so I went to GATS a couple of years ago before I was up and running, and I came down there and met you because I had been watching your channel for a while.
And you took your kids to the amusement park.
Yeah, I dropped them off at Six Flags, and then we went to the truck show.
I remember.
And I went to that barbecue joint, but you didn't know me that well then, so I didn't get the invite to go with the crew with you guys. I went like the day after. You were talking about it, and I went to the same place, but it was phenomenal. I forgot the name of it, but it was great.
Start of the P, right? Start of the P. Pecan House or something like that?
I can't remember, but it was like they had picnic tables in the place, and everything. They served everything like in a brown bag. It was great. It was great.
Right. I mean, you could have came with us if you'd have met me a day earlier.
Oh, we went to the Gas Monkey garage too. She's yelling from the.
I heard her. Gas Monkey. She said. Yeah. Gas Monkey.
I think that show went out. It's gone, right?
Yeah, I think it's gone.
Yeah. Rollins, the guy's name was. That was a pretty good show.
Yeah. She showed up there, and they went bankrupt 2 days later.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah. Then I figured, you know what? I started looking at this underfunding thing, and I'm like, my deal is 3%, and I'm like, it's a no-brainer because you could always, they're the greatest people. You call them up, they answer the phone, you send them an email, they email you back.
Let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
You don't factor everything.
No.
Right? See?
No, I don't.
You're living proof you don't have to.
Well, listen. If
right?
I have some direct customers, I got a couple of customers that pay me direct. So,
but you have that option with these guys.
Yeah. If I do, and then what happened was, I think in the last couple of years, some of these bigger carriers that you work for, they probably they offer like a quick pay thing too.
Right.
And but you know what? In the beginning, I just gave everything to them that done the funding, and they're just nice people. Like they're easy going.
And what I like is if you send in a bill of lading that's blurry, you get an email real fast that says, "Hey, you might want to send in a better page so your funding doesn't get held up in any way." They let you know.
Yeah, I mean, I make sure that it's not blurry, but that's my money. If you're going to send them paperwork, make sure it's perfect. Don't send them something blurry. But, I guess if it's blurry, they'll let you know.
Right. What's Larry A saying? What's he saying? Let's check this out. Hey, Bob, you ought to do a dance for your wife. You're live on the big screen, dude. You're live on the big screen. Look, hold on a minute. Wait, let me give you the solo shot.
Remember Saturday Night Fever? Staying Alive?
Staying Alive? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Get it.
Let's see if we
get
can
that
find
song
stuff.
on. You got to get it on.
Yeah.
I love it. You guys are so great.
Get her, Bob.
Wow.
Here, give her one of these. Now dance.
I do that in the Peterbilt all day long. Are you kidding me? People look at me like I'm crazy.
Right. She's probably in there laughing.
I'm sure she is.
You put her to sleep.
She's a piece of work, my wife.
Let's see what Lionel's saying. Thanks, all you for good knowledge of being successful with my transportation company. Hey, glad we could help. Just put out the right information. That's all we try to do. Corey said he didn't sign up for this. But you know what?
It makes it interesting.
If you want to tip him for dancing, it's not that type of place, but I'm sure he's got a PayPal, Cash App, something. Firefighter. You know, in the day, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to guess. I bet you in the day, he probably did that dance in his fire suit in the other room where he came from. I guarantee it.
No, I had my Sassoon jeans on and my pointy shoes, my Capizios. You know, I have my slick back hair. You know, I'm Italian, so.
Yeah. Somebody called you Italian Stallion. The other Italian Stallion.
The one and only Italian Stallion is your guy. It ain't me.
Yeah, he might get mad. You're taking his title.
What's his name again?
Rich.
Rich.
Italian Stallion. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got, I'll tell you what, through the years, you've had some pretty good nicknames for guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got
that Gear Grabber was a good name, too. I like that. Gear.
Yeah. Yeah, we got good nicknames.
Snorlord. I guess Snorlord named himself, right?
Yeah. Snorlord.
Yep. Yeah.
And then we got.
I tell you what.
Hey. We have Thor Thunder Trucking. Thor. And brokers will say, now what's the driver's real name? Thor. He's got the hammer. I've seen it. Thor.
What did those shirts say I got? Did it say trucked or something? Get trucked? What was the shirts from Thunder Funding? I got them in my closet somewhere.
Look, we're going to give one of these away. Since you said it, we'll give this away. I'll truck you up.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yep. All right.
I don't know.
So we have extra large, large. So if you're an extra large or large guy, put a number up between 1 and 100. And we'll give away one of these. I'll truck you up.
Nice.
1, 2, 3 Billboard Thunder Funding t-shirts from Gildan. Extra large or large. We'll give one away right now. 1 to 100. Go ahead. Everybody, rock and roll. 1 to 100. Give it a few seconds. You're not gonna play? You ain't gonna play?
Me?
Shoot, I'll play. I'm gonna put 20 in there.
No, it's all right.
Play. Here, let me play. Here, I'm gonna play too.
How do you put a message up on when I'm on? I'm not on YouTube. I'm on like your eCam, whatever it is.
Yeah, just type a number in.
Where?
Oh, just give me a number. I'll type it for you.
17.
17. All right, this is your number. No, we don't have any 4X.
You know what the problem is? Yeah, I'm a 2X.
Well, I gotta wait. I do have a double X. Look, if you're a double X, you won't get that shirt, but you can pick this shirt.
Oh, that's a good shirt too. I like it.
Okay, so
nice.
If you're a large, extra large, or double X, we'll have a shirt for you. So put a number in. This is a double X. All right. Here we go. When I hit this number, we stop on the feed and go up there. Closest one wins without going over. Here we go. We're going to generate it. 41.
Wow,
so from Anthony Bessler, we go up. 65, there's a 50, 31. Franco's in the lead so far. Blackbeard, 37. Corey, 38. Corey, you win. So, Corey, do you have the email address? show@bigregradionetwork.com. Email that. If you need me to put the link back up, I will. But email me your info to send it and what shirt you want and size. I'll truck you up if you're an XL or large, or the double XL Thunder Funding shirt.
See that? I should have picked 41. That's where I work.
Yep. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Give you a solo shot. You know what? You know what, Bob? Bob,
What?
here's what we're going to do.
What?
That's a sign. That's a sign.
It is. It is.
We're going to send you the Thunder Funding Double XL.
All right.
Unless
Yeah.
your wife wants an "I'll truck you up" shirt.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my retirement plaque.
All right. Make sure I get your info again. I know I got it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll text you later.
Text it to me later. So I'll put this up for you. And the hat's going to whoever won earlier. I'll get it off the feed. And then we had, here, let me get me a pin. Let me get me a light trucking pin right here. And I'll just write it down.
I actually put 41 like in all my logos too. Like,
And then Corey Larson shirt. And then the hat went to let's see if we can remember. Was it Blackbeard that got that? No, it's Trucker for Life. Trucker for Life got the hat. See, I remember. I might even have his. He might have won something earlier. I remember, right? All right, so we got that. That's all we're doing. Give away some swag, all that good stuff. We even got some little mugs, some little drinking cups. Want to see those?
yeah, let's see them.
All right, hold on. Take over the show.
You actually left me here to take over the show.
All right,
Incoming.
I'll truck you up.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice cup. That's
So we
nice.
Yeah, so we got some I'll truck you up cups.
Wow. Well, I think another giveaway.
All right.
That's what I think.
All right, we'll give it away.
Yeah.
I'll truck you up. 1 to 100. Put it in, guys.
right.
1 to
What am I going with this
100. 100. 1 to 100. Oh, yeah. We could get really funky and talk like Big Face Trucker.
You sound like Barry White.
What do we sound like?
Alvin?
What?
Alvin
What'd
and
you
Chip.
say?
Barry White.
Barry White?
Very white.
There you go.
Oh, 1 to 100. It will do this giveaway.
Come on, there's no better show on YouTube better than this one. This is the best show.
All right. All right. Start putting in numbers. People putting in numbers. We'll give away this. I'll truck you up. Did you put a
Look at
number
that
in?
phone.
You want to go? You're going with
Thunder
41
Funding's
again?
phone. Yeah, I'll go 41. You got it. Look at Thunder Funding's number 240-4140.
Right.
You got to play those numbers. Those numbers are that's a sign.
Oscar's got 79. Let's get the number generator up here. We'll give it a minute. We'll do it now. Here we go. So Dan is the last one in. 70.
Nice.
70. Who wins? Well, you got 42, 78, 76, 6, 21, 58 is Blackbird, 82, 50. Is Corey 58 also? 79. Got two winners, Corey Larson and Blackbeard. Corey won something, and he's going to get a whole package, ain't he? Did Corey win? What did Corey win? He won a shirt. All right. A shirt and a cup.
How many people you got watching?
I don't know.
Let me see if I can find out.
And Blackbeard. Yeah, I don't really care.
I'm just trying to figure out what are the chances of a guy getting.
Yeah. I'm not into the numbers. I don't really care. What's up, Thomas Wilson? It was fixed, he says. You talk to Corey. You talk to Corey. Yeah. So that's 3 giveaways. We got like 30 people, I think they said. Ooh-wee. You know, when I did videos all the time, we were up to 100, but I don't do them very often anymore. I thought I'd start bringing them back and bring back the whiteboard sessions. And it's for people that really want to learn something, you know?
Yeah, I like it. You used to do it in your truck.
Yeah, on my side, it says 32 on one. It says something else different on another one. So there's no people coming and going. We were at like 50-something, but at 9:50 at night on a Saturday, you know, people are doing whatever.
Yeah.
And we don't have the drama. Now, if I wanted to start drama, I mean, I could really bring on some drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
we don't want to do that.
why bother?
Yeah, Thomas, go get that RV out. Go do some camping. Oh, Coach went live? Well, I don't want to learn about GP Transco, so I'm not going to go watch that.
What's he trying to say? The truckers coach went live and you lost 20 viewers?
Maybe they want to go work over there. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I could start all kind of stuff. My opinion, but I'm not going to do it.
When's the next truck show? Like, when is GATS going to happen again?
I don't know. I did read, what was that? 4 State Trucks or something has one here in September. I seen something on that.
Really? Where is that?
Springfield, Missouri or something. Or Joplin. Joplin, I think. I think they have one in Joplin.
Is it any good?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Joplin, Missouri. It can't be as big as GATS, though, right?
No, it's just a parking lot thing. You know, it's not that big.
Right.
Yeah. It's probably held at the Chrome Shop over there. If Snorler was on here, he could tell us because he lives in that area. But I got something on it. I think I was reading a magazine. I got a Fleet Owner magazine. I think it was in there.
Well, I guess all the big ones are going to wait till 2022.
Right. That's if the Delta variant doesn't take over.
Yeah.
We're
going to see some spikes, I think. We're going to see some spikes, Jeff.
They might shut some stuff down. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
And then we'll all be running around like little minions. That's what we'll be doing.
Yeah, I was checking something out today, and they were saying that our vaccinations, we had like 30 days between the 2 shots, and us and I think Israel had the same. Like, you know, you get your second shot within 3 to 4 weeks, and they were saying the Brits waited almost 8 to 11 weeks. And with the longer spacing in between the 2 shots, they have a little bit better coverage.
Right. And, well, if we get locked down again, the rates will be
You think?
Oh, yeah. Because it's not going to be the same. We're not going to have a toilet paper shortage. We're not going to have a hand sanitizer shortage. All that stuff's out the window. They stockpiled it. Now they can't even get rid of the stuff, right?
Well, it's not. Listen, I'm hearing people having trouble getting workers. That's the problem. You got
that's the problem.
Until September.
That's the problem. But trucking is always there. Even during the worst shutdown ever, you still can make good money and pay your bills. Did you get the rate per mile you want? Absolutely not. But
no.
On the other side of that, we have the best rates in history. Best rates.
Right.
So if it shuts down again, what do you think is going to happen when they come out of it again? Even greater rates.
Right.
Right?
Well, look, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm only doing this for a short period of time, but it's cyclical. Sometimes the rates are up and then they come back down. So you got to kind of keep your numbers in check and save your money and make it while you can, and just know that it'll probably come down again, I guess.
Right. Inflation is going to kill us because they gave away so much money, so much free money. You know, it's going to break. Somewhere down the line, it's going to break. It's going to collapse.
Right.
Until it evens out, right? It'll even out eventually. But we're in for a fall. We just don't know when.
Well, you know, the feds are propping up the markets. So, I mean.
Well, here's what I want to know, Bob. Because me and the wife were talking about this earlier. The Olympics, how many Olympians got COVID, had the shot already? Because all Olympians had to have the shot. So they've already had the vaccine, but they got COVID. But they're not telling you which vaccine they had. Isn't that suspicious?
Well, I mean, you can almost figure it out. I mean,
because you know, if it's Pfizer or Moderna, which is probably one of those, nobody would probably get those vaccines.
The problem that we're having here is people don't want to get vaccinated. So what's going to happen is, in my opinion, is the people that are vaccinated, you know, we're still susceptible to catching COVID, right?
Right.
So, but what they're saying is that, you know, you could get it, and then your symptoms and your situation won't be as bad. You know, you won't have it as bad as if you didn't have.
Right. You won't be hospitalized on a ventilator. Right. You might be in a hospital on some oxygen. But
they're saying that the transmission rate is going to be the same. Like the vaccination doesn't curtail how the disease is transmitted. So nice.
You want some?
No, I like pistachios.
Well, I got some of them. You want me to go get them for you?
Oh, you don't have to. It's all right.
I can throw you some through the screen. Here, you want me to throw one at you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to know, because you know that anything that happens with the Johnson & Johnson shot, since not many people got that, they throw it right out there, right? It's headline news, but they say nothing about the other two. So I would like to know, all of these Olympians, I guarantee you they got one of those other two shots, because that's the most prevalent shots out there, it's Pfizer and Moderna. You know, they probably all got one of those shots, and if they got COVID, that'll put a ripple effect of people just saying, no, that's why I don't want to get it. It didn't work.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? It does work to an extent. It doesn't give you 100% protection, right? You know, so there's a chance that you could still get it. They also say that the vaccine wears off after a while. You might need a booster shot down the road. But here's the thing, right? If we get it, what they're saying is the chance of you being hospitalized and going on a ventilator and having serious complications is less if you're vaccinated. However, you could transmit this disease. So what's going to happen? People are going to start to get it. Vaccinated people are going to get it, and unvaccinated people are going to get it. And guess what? vaccinated people are going to spread it just like everyone else. And the people that are going to have it the worst, from what the data is showing, are the people that didn't get vaccinated. So, I mean, I hope they're wrong, but that's kind of what I'm seeing and what I'm reading.
Well, here's why people are getting it. Because I was watching news today, and they said the common cold is coming back worse than ever. Worst cases ever. Why? Because everybody was masked up. You can't get the flu and the common cold if you're wearing a mask, right? So when the masks came off, all those viruses like the flu and the common cold just been sitting around, growing stronger, because they don't weaken until they go into a body and get past trauma. When they get past trauma, they get weaker, right? It's a weaker effect.
Right.
Well, when people take the mask off, that's why they're getting sick now. I don't believe in the mask, but that's why you didn't hear about the flu in Michigan all through the winter, because it didn't exist. Why? Because when people went to the store, they were using hand sanitizer and they wore a mask. They didn't touch their face because the mask was there.
Look, it's, to me, I'm a mechanical guy, right?
Bob,
I'm a mechanical. What's that?
They didn't stick their finger in their nose, right? That's what they do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a mechanical guy, right? I think things out mechanically, right? So if they're saying that it's spread when someone sneezes and there's droplets flying through the air, if I have a mask on, it's got to help a little bit.
Right.
Got to help. I mean,
right.
Why does a surgeon? I understand. I wasn't wearing, an N95 mask. I wasn't. I wore those little paper dust masks, right? But
it still helps.
It has to help a little bit,
right? Because if someone coughs and the droplet hits you,
keep it in.
But guess what? You didn't catch the flu,
right? And then when I cough,
it keeps it in.
I have a mask on, what happens? It stays in my little mask.
That's right.
And look, you're right. Every 10 minutes, I was putting alcohol on my hands with sanitizer. So guess what? Look, unfortunately, this is the situation that we're in. I wish everyone the best. I don't want to see anybody get sick, but I think we're going to be in for a little rough road for the next month or so.
Right.
That's what I see. It's not good. I don't know. Whatever. I'm prepared.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready. I've been saving my money, so.
Yeah. I got all kinds of stuff I could say about YouTube, but, we'll keep it educational.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's the fuel business?
I did 4 deliveries today. Typically in the summer, since I sell mostly heating oil, is less. No one's using heat right now. And I might do, 15 to 20 deliveries per day in the winter, but I'll do 15 or 10 deliveries a week in the summer.
Well, our dispatch service is doing great.
Wow, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, Steve's doing an excellent job. He was dispatching a couple of our guys because they didn't want to look for freight. They just wanted to drive. So we now have owner-operators that have their own authority using our service, our full service, so where we'll do their carrier packet and everything for them. So that way,
how does it work?
It's working great because think about it. You had to do carrier packets, so if you get one of those old-fashioned carrier packets that's 30 pages long or 20 pages long, it's a pain in what.
I just did J.R. Schlegel.
Right. Yeah. Oh, the Schlegel. He gets.
I had to fill it out with a pen.
Hey, C.H. Robinson is like 75 pages. It's like a book. But anyway, you had to fill it by a pen. So what happens is, if you're on the road, it's hard to do that on the road. It's hard. I did it, but it's hard, right?
Yeah.
So what we do is, if that guy calls Steve up, says, yeah, I got a carrier packet, we'll do the carrier packet for a percentage. If Steve dispatches the guy, like finds a load and does a carrier packet, it's a different percentage, right? So guys can use our service for 2 things. They could say, well, I just want you to do carrier packets. So if I call up a broker, get a carrier packet, I'm headed to the shipper. And while I'm doing that, you're filling out the carrier packet instead of me doing it and then being late or taking too long to do it because you're trying to do it on a phone or a laptop or you don't have a good signal. We get it done in minutes so you don't lose that load.
Right. So what do you have to do? You have to sign up and give all my information first so you have it on file?
Right. So we'll do a contract. So what you would do is you would send your PDF file of your carrier packet, right? Your authority, insurance, notice of assignment if you have one, if you want to use it, that stuff, your insurance.
Right.
So then we get it, we fill it all out, right? We have the contract where we can sign for you, right, in our contract. So then we sign it, send it back to the broker. They send us the rate con, we forward it to you.
What's the fee for that?
Well, it depends. If it's a full service where he's going to, find freight, carrier pack, and everything, it's 8%. So when we got to fill out a carrier packet and do the dispatch, it's 8%. If it's just the carrier packet, it's a few percentage points less than that.
So is there like a minimum that you have to do with you per month?
No minimum, 0.
Right.
As need basis.
It's almost like a no-brainer.
Right. It's an as need basis. It's kind of like this. You only send in the ones you want to send in. Yeah.
Right.
So it's working out great. We got people that are out there with their own authority taking advantage of that service because they don't want to sit there and waste time doing carrier packets in their truck.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Hey, always trying to help out.
Now, your dispatching service also negotiates the best rates,
Yes,
kind of.
that's true.
Well, how would it work then? All right, so
Steve has over 20. Steve has over 25
take?
years experience in the business.
No. Let's say, how does he know what I want? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, we take your info, so it'll work like this. You call us up,
right?
And we say, okay, Bob, how do you like to run? What areas do you like to run in the country? You give us the areas, right? We'll write it down. Do you like to run at night? Do you like to run during the day? What's your running style? You tell us your running style. I don't run past 7 o'clock at night. I don't deliver anything earlier than 6 o'clock in the morning. We write all this down. So when we call in on a loan, on a load, we know your info. So we're only going to book something that's going to fit your profile. Then we're going to call you up and say, hey, this is what we have. Do you want it? Before we commit to it, we're going to have you on the other line, and you're going to say, yeah, I'll do it for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we just go ahead and negotiate it, and then we send it to you. Love the show. Look at the man from 123 Load Board. Look at Lauren. We're on the big screen. Bob, give it to him. We're on the big screen. Who's the best load board?
123. 123 Load Board for sure.
That's right. And if Lauren wants to pop in here, put his sexy mug up on the screen so he can see the big screen. He can click on the link. He can come in here. He has an awesome studio. Anybody that's not subscribed to the 123 Load Board YouTube channel, go there because they have a lot of great info on their product and how to use it. Have you been there yet, Bob?
I'm only here, man. This is it. I'm a big rig radio network junkie.
Hey, and we love the beef jerky you make. Love it.
You're on the list.
Send some more.
You're on the list. I didn't make it yet.
Yeah, see, Lauren, we gave away a bunch of this. We gave away the I'll Truck You Up shirt with the 123 Load Board and Thunder funding. Giving away the I'll Truck You Up mugs. We gave some of those away. We gave away a hat. All that good stuff. What's he say? Now, see, this is Red Diesel. He doesn't understand the stuff, but that's okay. We'll fill him in. 8% seems a little steep when comparing to a company that charges 12 to 50%, and all the responsibility are on them, not trolling, just stating my experience. 8% is cheaper than 12 to 15. 8% is we do the whole package, right? we're not going to sit there and send in to your funding company that, because that's your money. We don't want to control your money. 8% would be as if we dispatch you and do the carrier packet. Now, it's not 8% if there's no carrier packet involved. If it's just dispatching, it's 5%. Right? So if we dispatch for you, it's 5%. But if there's a carrier packet involved, it's an extra 3% because it could be lengthy to do that. Right? So think about it. If you get an $800 load, 3% is $24. What if it takes, 45 minutes to do a 30-page carrier packet or something? Who knows, right? It's just a lot of paper.
How about, what if you can't do it? You're going to pull over and do it on the side of a road?
And you lose that load. But it's 5% for dispatch, 8% if you have to do the carrier packet with the dispatch. To me, that's not that bad because you're only going to get hit with that 3% every once in a while when you need a carrier packet.
Right.
12 to 15% seems real steep to me.
Right.
Right.
You can always negotiate that up too and cover it.
Right. Exactly. We can negotiate up and make sure it covers the rate. So if it was a carrier packet and that, it was $1,000, that's $1,080, right? You say you need $1,080 or $1,100. Covers the 8%.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I've sat on this load board until 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like all day, trying to find loads at times. I did it one time. I remember I was sitting just outside of Pittsburgh. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I still didn't have anything.
But
I finally got some later in the day because you know how things heat up later in the day.
But here's the big thing. A lot of these dispatch companies, they have no clue about trucking. Right? A lot of those folks that are dispatching has never been in a truck. This company has been in a truck. Steve's been in a truck for 25 years. I've been in a truck for almost 30. You're getting the experience. You're not getting some young person out there just trying to find a load. There's a big difference. I guarantee you, I can negotiate a better rate than that other guy can do.
Yeah, you might actually know what the lane's paying.
That's right.
And I don't.
That's right. Been doing it forever. Right? Plus, we can look at data. We can go back and bring up, let's say, the last 5 years of data, Ohio to Michigan runs. What have they been paying? We have all that at our fingertips. Those other dispatch companies don't have that. They're just dispatching. We can go into our own database from our own company and bring up. And not only that, we're also a brokerage. So we get the brokerage software that tells us what those lanes are paying. So we look at everything. We look at the brokerage software for the lanes those are paying. We're looking at the exorbitant amount that those lanes are paying due to supply and demand. So we look at all those factors when we sit there and try to negotiate that rate. What's up, James? Say hi to Lauren. Lauren's up in here watching on the big screen. But he won't pop in. He's a little camera shy, I think. Yes, it's past James' bedtime.
Other Trucker James?
Yeah, other Trucker James Best popped in. He was probably over at the coach's screen watching him.
Yeah, he was learning some stuff from the coach.
He might have got a truck. Did you get one of those GP trucks? James, did you get a GP truck? What's up, Tin Truck? What's going on? You know what I mean?
I'm trying to see. I got to put my other thing on so I can see the response. I can't see the what people type. There he is.
I think he's talking about he must be working at a 15% company or something. Not on his own authority.
Which guy was that?
Red Diesel. He must be working for somebody else because if you have your own authority, you're getting 100%. So,
yeah, ask him. You got your own authority, Red Diesel, or you just?
Full definition includes the insurance and dispatch.
12 to 15.
Well, they can't include insurance. They can't if they're your dispatch service can't what insurance they giving you? They can't give you cargo liability. They can't do that because they're not the carrier. They're just a service. So what insurance you talking about?
Yeah, and plus, if you're going to be leased onto someone, you don't want them dispatching you.
You know, if you're leased on, then they're the ones that, you know, if they're charging you 15%, then it's an 15% company. And that's what they're charging.
And you know what they say, right? Different strokes for
different folks. Yeah. Jimmy Sacco says, GP says, what's he say? Geo has some older trucks sitting there a lot. Might want to inquire about them. Okay, 85%. Well, yeah, but if you're getting dispatched from that company, they're taking 15%, but that includes what insurance? What do you have to pay weekly? You got a trailer rental fee? Do you have cargo liability insurance? What do you have? And two, if they dispatch you, how do you know they're giving you the best loads or running you efficiently?
Yeah, you made a video about that. You don't want like some $15 an hour dispatcher controlling your company.
Bingo. Running your business. Exactly.
But wait a second. I don't know. That might not be what this guy has. I don't know.
He might. Yeah, he might have something good.
Maybe he's got something good, different that's good. But
yeah, it just depends. You know, what you get.
Well, maybe you know, that's how you started out, and then you do that, learn the ropes a little bit, and get out.
Well, yeah, but see, if he's working for a company in 15, it doesn't matter. He's not getting, you know, he doesn't have to worry about carrier packets because he's using their authority. They have to do the carrier packet.
On the truck, right?
So, in that case, it's 5%, right? It's 5%. But most companies, if you're leased onto them, isn't going to let somebody else dispatch.
Well, what company is it? What company is he working for?
I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. At 5%, if you have your own authority and you use the service for 5%, that guy's making 95% of the money, not 85, right? And if it was 8%, he's still making 92. That's better than 85.
You can't look at it that way, though.
Right, I know. It's a different type of service.
100% of what you want, what you're getting, because you know it's like.
Right. Well, here's the difference. Okay, here's the difference. 8% ain't steep because look. Well, I wouldn't have to fill the carry pack. Let's say 5%, right? 5%. Here's the difference right here. If your company books you a load for $2,000, right? We booked that same load for $2,200.
Exactly.
5% off of this, $110, right? He's $90 to the good, above what these guys are charging. Well, what if you negotiate $2,500 because you're a lot better negotiator than the other folks? You just don't know, right? It's a toss-up. But that's what you got to look at. Are they experienced enough to where they don't leave the more money on the table? Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. For instance, we had one of our guys, right? This is what he got him. He was at $3,000. We got $4,300. That's what we got. Yes. We got that broker from $3,000 to $4,300. Now, me and Dean were on the phone, and we talked about this other night. We had a load during the COVID thing, and it started out at $2,800, right? Dean told him $6,000. I said, well, if you want my truck, because we were on the phone together, I want $10,000. I'm not starting my truck unless I get $10,000. If you want me, that's what you get. So then the broker goes, well, I can go to $3,000. So he went up to $3,000. Dean says, well, I go down to $5,500. I says, I'm still at 10. I'll give you a little discount. I'll do it for 9. And the guy started laughing, right? We're laughing. We're joking around. He says, come on, guys. I got to have this load moved. So Dean, he goes down to 5,200. This guy goes up to 3,200. And then Dean says, and we're talking. And I said, Dean, just tell him. Tell him what you do it for. Meet in the middle. So Dean says, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll meet in the middle. $5,000. So guess what the guy said?
Okay.
Okay. So he went from 2,800 to $5,000. It's a $2,200 jump.
That just paid for the next 10 loads that you guys dispatched.
Right. The Raycon came, $5,000. But that's because most people would have stopped at the 3,200. Would they have not?
Maybe, yeah.
They would have.
Well, yeah. It depends. Listen, it depends on how far, how many miles, how good of a load it is. If it's heavy or is it light.
It's like 1,200 miles. They stopped right there. Most people would have stopped. He come up 400. He said, "That's all I had in it."
Yeah, I love that line. That's
didn't
all
stop.
I got in it.
Negotiation is key. Exactly, OTJB. See, and OTGB can attest to this. Here is the difference from guys that don't have the experience or dispatchers or don't know the area. When OTJB was over here, and he'll probably remember this, he was so mad. He wanted to go home. Loads canceled. He was over almost by Pennsylvania. He was over in Ohio or somewhere. He says, I can't find a load back. He's mad. He's leaving. I pulled up the load board, had James a load in a few minutes. Did I not, James? Had him a load in just a couple minutes. Because it's a fresh set of eyes. I know the area because I ran it forever. And got him a load. He'd have to deadhead home. He got paid to go home. But he was frustrated, right? Because guys get frustrated. And when you get frustrated, everything's out the window. Just like the dean was out west during March and COVID, and he was in Nevada, Reno, Nevada. Couldn't find nothing. He was looking on the board, had a load. It was an Uber load. That's all he could see. And it was paying like $2,200 or something like that. Something ridiculous. He said, I'm going to truck stop. I'm going to bed. Well, we didn't stop looking. We kept refreshing. 1, 2, 3 load board. DAT, Uber, Convoy, Coyote, XPO, JB Hunt, all of them, right? Right, Bob?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to do that.
Uber raised that load. I think it was like $500 or $600. I call him right up. Dude, you want it? Now it's like $600 more money. Yeah, hit it for me. Boom, got it. And then he went and picked it up and came back across to the east where there was more money. But see, he would have lost that load. Never would have seen it. And most dispatch companies aren't going to sit there and keep hitting refresh on 10 different load boards. They'll just wait until the morning. Right? But that's what you get,
I mean, I'd try it. I'd give you a shot, Jeff.
Right? But, oh, look at this guy. Al, did you get your truck fixed? Al's got some bad luck. Al has some bad luck, man. He's had some bad luck the last couple of days with breakdowns. Johnny Sacco, my dispatcher's amazing. 30 minutes after I complete a trip, already has a load for me in a lane I like to run. That's what it's all about. Keep them rolling. Keep them rolling. But that's why I started the company I started, Bob, was for the owner-operator. 100% for the owner-operator. And the main thing I mean about that is I try to give as much money to the owner-operator as possible. And the company still profit to stay in business. Which means if it's a 75-cent fuel discount at that truck stop, right? I'm giving all 75 cents to the contractor. I'm not doing like some of these other companies and going, oh, well, I'm going to take 30 cents from my own and only give them 45 and tell them it's 45. I don't do that. I pass 100% of the fuel discount over to them. And another thing I don't do is if it's a $300 detention, right? They get 100% of that. 100. So that means if there's let's say there's a 3% factoring fee. That's $9. I don't give them $291. I give them $300. The company eats that. I lose $9. I take the loss. Same thing with truck order not used. Anybody in here at Like Truck, and even James can contest to it. If it's 150, they get the 150. The company loses $5 for every truck order not used. Well, $4.50 if you're at a 3%. That is. I lose $9 on a detention. So if a guy has detention, a truck order not used on a paycheck and a settlement, the company loses $13. And no other company is doing that. They're gonna make you pay those fees.
That truck order not used, a bunch of crap. $150. They should be a lot more than that.
Some of them give
$250. However
$250.
many miles it took you to get there.
Bingo. Some of them give you $250. See, Uber used to do that. Uber used to give you $2 a mile up to 120 miles plus the truck order not used. So if you drove 100 miles, you'd get $350. Well, I think it was 200 truck order not used back then but they changed their numbers, right? So if you went 100 miles, you get $400, which was okay. That was worth it. But they don't do that no more.
The other thing that kind of I've been noticing a lot is a lot of these, maybe it's because of COVID, I'm not really sure why, but they want you to drop the trailer there for 24 to 48 hours, business days, like business, not even weekends don't count. What the hell is that?
Right. And here's another thing that we do that companies say you can't do. They say it's too hard to do. But for 5 years, we've been doing it. And that is pay after every load. Next day. Why not? If we're using Thunder funding and we get paid next day, why can't I pay my guys the next day?
Smarter to do that. Just get it right off your books and pay them.
Right. It's more work for me, right? It's more work. So I got payroll every day, Monday through Friday. But you know what this does for guys? What's king in this business? What's king?
Cash flow is king,
Cash.
but I mean, it's gratification. It's
Cash,
like you
baby.
did the job. Why do you want to wait 30 days to get paid?
Cash. So here, no one has a cash flow problem. Credit is king also, James. Got to have credit too. But cash, never a cash flow problem here. Because if some company's paying a week and you do a $4,000 load, deliver it on Wednesday, you got to wait until that next Friday to get that money because they're a week behind, right? Here, you deliver that load. If it's 80%, you're getting $3,200 next day if no fuel came out. You're not waiting up to 11 days. Say, Schneider, you could wait up to 11 days to get your money for a load because they start their payroll on Monday, pay on Friday. So if you deliver a load on Tuesday, you got to go Tuesday through Monday all the way to next Friday. That's 11 days to see that money that you delivered that Tuesday. So those guys don't have the cash flow. Right? Bob went to sleep.
No, I'm
Got him
I
worked
mean, look,
over. Got him worked over.
You gotta have cash flow. You gotta have credit.
Got to have credit. You ain't going to be in this business without credit.
And you gotta pay your credit card every month.
Every month.
So you don't want to pay interest. Guys are worried about 3% and their credit card's 19%, right?
Yeah. And remember, if you're a broker watching this show, you're a broker watching this show, use 123 load board. If you have an integration software, it's $0, zero, to put your load on that board with integration. What's better than that? What is the benefit of Thunder funding versus Triumph? Well, one, Triumph is still trying to get a fuel card. So, fuel card, and Thunder's card already has savings on it. Okay. TA, Petro, loves those truck stops. And customer service. You can get customer service. You can call anybody that answers the phone can answer your question. You don't have to sit there and talk to your guy. This is for everybody. Customer service. And here's the biggest thing. 90-day agreements, not one-year contracts. Because let me tell you something. If you go to Triumph and they sucker you into a one-year contract, you'll never, ever get out of that contract. You're stuck with them forever. Do you know why, Bob? You'll be stuck with them forever?
I don't know why, Jeff. Tell us.
Okay, well, this is why. This is why. Let's say you have $120,000 in outstanding invoices at Triumph. That's the money they haven't collected yet, right? So for you to move to another funding company, that funding company has to buy that $120K from them to get you to them. And you got to pay the fee. Let's say it's 2%, you got to pay the fee. So it's really hard to get from one factoring company to another when you got a year contract, because you could have a whole lot of money that is still owed. And for you to move, they got to buy you out. Make sense?
Why wouldn't they just pay you?
Well, no, for you to move. They got to buy your contract out. Because they own your rights to your receivables. Because they have a, whatever you call that thing they put on you, UCR or UCI, whatever they call it. The U, whatever it is. They put that on your company. They get first dibs on your receivables, so another factoring company can't go in there when there's another one on there.
Wow.
Right?
Just go with Thunder funding. Don't switch. That's all there is to it.
Right. So that's what it is. They got to buy it out. So 1 year contracts, harder to get out of them because you could have a whole lot of money in there. Now, if you know you're going to switch, then you're going to have to stop funding through them and get your
stop factoring, right?
Right, stop factoring and get your portfolio down enough to where it's lucrative for the other company to, get your business. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dancing segment. Get ready, Miss MT Fuel Corp. we're going to have, here you go. All right.
I'm going to bed now.
Yeah.
I think you did a good job tonight, Jeff.
Right. Yeah. Well, Regis,
How
you
long
can
you been
you
on?
can always negotiate, right? You could have negotiated better than that. And two, the problem is customer service. Everybody walks over the dollar to save a penny. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of value when it comes into customer service and things like that. Because even if you could have got, let's say 2.5, that 0.6% is really not, it's nothing when it comes to, right, Brad, UCC. That's what I was, had a number wrong there. But you can always negotiate better rates. And you can't negotiate. Once you're with them, you sign a 1-year contract, you're done for that 1 year to do that. At Thunder, at 90 days, you could go in and negotiate another agreement. What? I don't care. Here, you want to draw? She wants to draw on the board. I got a drawer. All right, we have a drawer. She's going to do some artwork. Go ahead, draw. That's my second pair of hands. This is magical. No, you just got to use the right part of it. Here's a blue one. Knock yourself out. Benny Hill theme song. I don't think we got Benny Hill theme song.
You need like circus.
I love it. You guys.
You need like circus
I love
music.
it.
Oh, circus
I
music.
love it. You guys are so great.
Canned laughter.
I could do a Barry White.
This,
Yeah. How about
This was-
that one?
this was filmed before a live studio audience.
Before a live studio audience. We're doing helium.
Alright. You're Bob into Fuel 4. It's your time. Alright, anyway.
Let me get that off there. Anyway, what's going on? What's he drawing? Look it. That's her cat, Coco. Beautiful drawing. She needs to go to art school. What do you think? Couldn't you tell that was a cat? Got some nice whiskers here. Got some bloodshot eyes. Or blue shot. Blue shot eyes. Must have been doing a lot of catnip. You been feeding this thing catnip? She's been doing the catnip. But anyway, we gave away some free stuff. So next time we'll give away more. We gave away the mug. We gave away the 1, 2, 3 load board. Thunder funding. I'll truck you up. I'll truck you up. Shirt. That's a bad shirt. I like it. And then we gave away the hat. We gave away this Thunder funding shirt here. Because somebody, Empty Fuel Corp, double XL. Double XL. Thunder funding one there. And that's that. And we gave away this cool hat right there. You missed the giveaway? I'll tell you what. We will do another one of these just for Light Bright.
Light Bright, that's another good name.
I'll truck you up, Light Bright. Another good one. 1 to 100. Put it in. 1 to 100.
How many people actually had that Light Bright?
1 to 100, folks. Get it in there.
41.
She's drawing much dollar signs. Her allowance is increasing when school starts this fall. Well, DJ Bolin, send her a cash app, and she'll be going, wow, I get to go spend some money. 1 to 100. We'll just let it rock and roll here. What are you drawing now? A dog. She's gonna do a rendition of a dog. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. But folks, hey, you gotta start somewhere. So, MT Fuel Corp is gonna make us some
beef jerky.
Yep. Oh, he's gonna send us some beef jerky. Tell him to hurry. She said, "Hurry up."
All right. So I'm sorry it's taking so long.
Yeah. See, here's the problem. See, Golden Weber says, my last funding company charged me $250 to be released, even though I had zero balance. I am looking for a new one. Thunder Funding. That's who you call. You call Thunder Funding, and we'll give you the number right there. Call these folks. Right, Bob? You won't be disappointed.
Scott's a good man.
Scott's a great guy. Willie's a great guy. Call them up. Anybody can help you. Tell them you watch the Big Rig Radio Network. You'll get a good deal. Negotiate, folks. Negotiate. All right, so let's do the drawing. We got everybody from Just Truck. Just Trucking, you can't put in double numbers. Yeah. Come on now.
He's got one for his whole family. Each one of his family members put one.
I'm going to generate it right here. All right, so we'll put this up. Great folks at Thunder Funding and 123. James went out there, went out to dinner with us. Bob missed the dinner. James didn't.
I didn't know you that well then. I'm going to the next one.
And drinks, right, James? He got free drink. James had a blast.
James doesn't drink.
No, he partakes in some spirits. He doesn't drink. He partakes. Look, James doesn't hold his alcohol well. If he has more than a half a beer, that's it. He goes right to sleep. Just kidding, James. Oh, it's hot in here? Let's turn a fan on. Here, get the fan going. She wants the fanage going. Yep, it's starting. We're going to get some airflow. What's James saying? I love hanging with them at the truck show. Free cocktails. There you go. All right, Just Trucking 2329. So I'll tell you what, we might use 23, might use 29, but let's generate for the cup. Here we go. Hit the generator. 89, closest one without going over. There's a 5, the 23, a 29, 69, DJ Bolin. If no one goes higher than you, when I get to the top, 70, DO. 77, Just Trucking. He's way up there with more numbers. All right. We'll give it to you, Just Trucking, because that was your first number you had. These other ones wouldn't count. Just Trucking 1. Email show@bigregradionetwork.com. With your info, we'll send you that cup if you want it. If you don't want it, we can give your prize to anybody on the chat. So if you don't want it, just let us know, and we just give your prize to anybody in the chat. If anybody else wants to come in, we'll put the link up one more time. If you want to join me and MT Fuel Corp, two of the coolest cats in trucking.
For sure.
Retired firefighter, New York firefighter, hurt in action, 9/11 contributor, all that good stuff.
I didn't get hurt.
Oh, yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You never got hurt.
I got hurt, but I'm okay. I'm fine.
All right. Well, just saying, you got hurt. It's a tough job.
It's a tough job, man. We lost.
Don't be ashamed of it.
We lost the day tour, but I didn't. I'm good. I'm alive.
All right.
No, a lot of guys got hurt, and they're disabled. I'm good. I got 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'm good to go.
All right. So there you go. Oscar DM saying he was 79. I didn't see it. Yeah, we have the official right here. She's the official. She says she did not see a 79. So we go up here to the giveaway. There was no 79, Oscar. You might have did 79 way back on the other one, but there was no 79 here. She said busted. Oh, hey, these young kids, they're smart. She said, you're busted. Busted. Lasso, what kind of games are we playing here? That's right, you couldn't go over. Just Trucking is rich enough. Well, you know what? If you really want one, send me your info. Send me your info. We'll be generous. Even though she said you were busted, she says pay $100.
No, that's the girl that should be dispatching for us.
Yeah, she fined you. She just fined you $100.
You'd be getting $4,000 for a $2,000 load for us.
Right, exactly. You should tell that broker, you kidding? $40 detention? I don't think so. $400. You know what I mean? So Just Trucking. He's fast. Nobody else, I think, is sending their info yet. Just Trucking did. Bam, just like that. Just like that.
I tell you what, though, Just Trucking has plenty of stuff. He gives
does.
stuff away.
He does.
He's got cups,
He's got
T-shirts,
cups,
hats,
T-shirts,
bags. But he doesn't do it like this with the numbers. I think this numbers thing is the way to go.
Well, here's what they have. He wants to know what they have over DAT. Well, Lauren, if you're still watching, here's your chance. Come on in. Tell them why 123 load board is better. One, they're innovative. They stay up on things. They always try to help out the owner-operator. Their platform, by far, their tools and everything is way better, way easier to use. And like I tell everybody, you can't have too many tools in the toolbox, right? So if
the 123 load board's cheaper. It's cheaper right off the bat.
So if you use that discount code, it's $35 a month for Premium Plus. That means you get everything. And if you watch one of my Spot Market Money shows, I do 123 load board only. You'll see all the advantages of all the tools they give you. So the best thing to do is get 123 load board for $35. That's a tool in the toolbox. You get all the tools, get the lowest DAT that they have. Now you got 2 load boards in your toolbox for less than the price of DAT power.
That's it.
Less than the price. Even if you got the DAT the medium one, with this one, you're still less than the DAT power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the route planner, it's got so much. It's got a lot of stuff.
Oster says, that's all I got in my pocket is $100. Well, she said you can pay the bill.
That sounds like a cash flow problem.
Sounds like a cash flow problem. Well, you know, we could, if you really want to see a demo, because here's what 123 load board does that the other ones don't do. Their platform online mirrors almost identical, except for maybe 1 or 2 little features, to their mobile. So if you learn one, you know how to use the other. Correct, Bob?
I don't use the mobile. I just always use the. I don't use the mobile.
So if we put this on here, and we'll put me and Bob in the bottom down there so you can see our great looking faces. So if we click on Find Loads, I'll just give an example. Carlisle, PA there, 940 loads. We'll click on it. This is what you're getting for $35. You will never get this with that for $35. So if I click on Chop Tank here, this load here, $1,500. It shows me the map right here automatically.
PC, miler, tolls.
I can load documents up. I can do it right from here. I can say I'm booked, scheduled pickup, upload all your documents, ask for a fuel advance, all that stuff. Right. Profit calculator, right away, I can see how much profit I'm going to make. So if you're at a 15% company, You put 15% here, and right away, you're going to see estimated fuel cost that you're going to get $909.97 or $1.20 a mile after fuel, after all expenses. It's not better than that. You can't get better than that. Now, you go to rate check, it's going to tell you this lane here is 29 cents below right now than the 241. So you can negotiate, because it's going to tell you right here 1706 was the average rate. So you want to try to get above that. Then you come down here to backhauls, which Bob's saying. You say, okay, I want the backhauls. There's 3 here, there's 14 there, but I want to go back to Carlisle. There's 3. You just click on it, and it's going to bring up those backhauls right away for you to call. And you can just X out of those. Those are gone. And you can hit the company. It's going to tell you all about the company. You hit credit rating. It's going to say 94 credit score, then trans credit, 31 days to pay. Thunder funding approved. B score, 36 days on average to pay Thunder funding. All this for $35. If you click on the mileage and maps, you click PC Miler, it's going to come up PC Miler, show you the route, and all that good stuff. So if you went, you can sort from deadhead, but we can sort from rate per mile. Now we see all the high dollar mile, rate per miles.
You know what else is pretty cool? As you're looking at it, is the screen will pop up like when there's a new load.
Right, it will.
Lights up. There's a new one. Like it updates like automatically.
That's right.
But that doesn't update as far as when I look at it.
Right. So this $1,915 load, 707 mile for 271 miles. And if you look right here, profit calculator, it's going to tell you your fuel, additional cost. You click on that, it says it's got $15 in tolls. And there's your dispatch fee. So you'd make $5.44 a mile after everything's said and done, $14.73.22. And we didn't even get into, if you come over here to Load Planner, you can click on Load Planner, and if you got a reefer, we'll just use reefer, for example, since it's there. And you can say, okay, I want to see what I can do from the 24th, and let's just pick a place. We'll just pick Carlisle. Right, we're going to start in Carlisle, PA. We want to be home that next Friday, Carlisle, PA. And with our reefer, we're going to hit find trips. And this is going to search through all the loads that they have that's been posted with them. And it'll probably be 3 or 4 million, probably. And then we'll see. And you can pick all different types of trailers. Flatbed, they have a lot of flatbed loads on 123. A lot of flatbed loads. But if you're a flatbedder, we can change this trailer to a flatbed. But here they are. Here's all the loads. So you can see, here, let me zoom this in. So what you can do is you can say, okay, I'm going to take this profit per day is 2165, revenue is 2300. I'm going to add this load. If you get more, you put it in there, you keep the flat rate. We're just doing this fast to show you. Now it's going to run through these loads. Okay, I'm going to go to Georgia, 17 loads, New Hampshire. Let me go back to New Hampshire. I want to stay up in the East Coast. And then I'm going to come back. Let's say this is all I want to do and come back to Rochester. Here's New Jersey. Let's go to the New Jersey one. We don't care about the 740. We'll do 532. And then we'll end it up here in PA. Here's another one. If you want to add this leg too, you can. And this gives you a My Planner result. And if you look at it, it says 5 loads in 6 days, 1,543 miles, 78.41 for the money. Fuel expenses, you net 68.47 on the 1,500 miles. If you run these here, and this is the leg, you didn't go anywhere. You just went up and down the East Coast. Right, that's all you did. Went up and down the East Coast. There's
I like
the
it.
number.
I like it.
All that for $35. You can do a load planner. You can go in here and you can change flatbed. You can click flatbed, and then you can search for loads for flatbed, and do the same thing. And you can call on these, and as you get them, you can sit there and put those numbers in there. So the first leg or the flat, you can come down here and look and pick any of these that you want. So let's say you call the guy and you get this load. You add it. But let's say it was 1,800 what it posted for, but let's say you got it for 2,200. So you could put it up 2,200. And then you go through here and you do this load. Then you do this load. You say, yeah, I don't want to do any more loads. So now I got 3 loads in 3 days, 700 miles, 788 miles, 5,350. I bring home 4,758. So this guy would be bringing home almost $6 a mile net after fuel and toll. So that feature's in there. But the best features, that they worked on, which a lot of people didn't even know about, is, I don't know if you've seen this either, Bob, but if you go down here, let's say we want this $1,900 load just for the heck of it. We get this. We hit the call button. We'll call them. If we book it, we click book. Then we schedule pickup. We can upload the rate con because this has a file system. It has all your files in it. It's all included. And then when we complete pickup, we can upload the BOL. If you're with Thunder Funding, you can send a request for fuel advance right through here. You don't have to call Thunder. You send it right through here. And then you click load and route. You hit delivered. You can upload your delivery, and you can send everything right to Thunder Funding to get paid.
Most bang for the buck in the market, period.
Right. There you go. You can do all that here. Keep all your files in there. So that's one of the things. If you click this button here, you can tag as onboarded. If you're already onboarded to this company, all their loads will be tagged for your own reference and filtering needs. So you already know that you're already onboarded with them. You don't have to fill out carrier packets. You can put your little love sign there. That'll also put them in, add it to your favorites. So we'll add King of Freight to our favorites. So it'll show us a favorite little thing there with the heart. So they got all these extras that they think of to help out the owner-operator. 100% for the owner-operator. And for $35 using 48035 code. Can't get any better than that. You can post your truck too if you want. Get the guys to call you. But you have all this at your fingertips, and the mobile board works the same. I don't have a second camera. I don't have it hooked up right now. But if I did, I'd show you the second camera feed. But if I log in. Do you have your phone handy, Bob?
Yeah.
Log into 123 Load Board and just bring up the page and hold up the camera, because mine, I got to log into everything. I switched phones and my other phone has it, but my other phone's in the other room.
Okay. What do you want me? I'm logged in. What do you want me to do?
Just go to the load board. Here, I'll put you up on the screen. Just go to the load board and just search and just show the screen.
Okay, hang on.
See, this is what it's going to look like. This is what it looks like on the desktop version. All right, this is what you see. Yeah, I know I got another phone, James, but it's in the other room. You gotta dim the light on your. There you go. See, it looks exactly the same. Yeah, go back that way. There you go. Looks exactly the same. Now click on the USA Truck Incorporated load. Yep. So you got the heart. You got everything in there. You can scroll down. See, there's your map. If you scroll up, you'll see everything on there. You can see your rate checks and all that stuff. So it's exactly, yeah, scroll that way. Yep. No, the other way. There you go. There you go. Keep going. Yeah, it's got exactly the same stuff as the desktop. All right, that's good. That's good.
There's the bid feature on that one.
Yeah, and then you got the bid feature on that one where you can bid. Sends the bid right to the broker.
Yeah, I don't think that doesn't have a bid.
I don't know if they do or not.
They have a book it now, I think, but they don't have a bid. This look, like you said, I mean, you got to have multiple tools in your toolbox. But for what you're paying, this thing is like
Right.
it's the best.
You should have it in your toolbox for $35.
No doubt.
No doubt. Every driver should have this if they're booking their own freight.
Yeah, even if you see something somewhere else.
Right.
So you open up the 1, 2, 3, go to the tools, rate check it, see what tolls you have to pay.
Right.
So you can be more educated on your bid.
And you can use the profit calculator to know how profitable that load is.
I know that profit calculator, man. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, holy crap, I thought I was going to make more than that.
Right. So if you're using the DAT and you have the DAT up on one side, you got 1, 2, 3 on the other, if the load's on DAT and it's not on 1, 2, 3, but guess what? Take that load and punch it in the calculator.
Tool.
Right. So for example, if you sit here, let me bring it up. So we're talking about is if you take it does see this automatically updates for $35, no longer available. No other board is going to automatically update for $35, folks. Not going to happen. So if you go to King of Freight, see that says delivered because that's the load I had in the thing, and I put delivered, right? It says delivered. So let's go to this load here. Let's go to profit calculator. All right. So now, let's say you found a load on DAT. Well, just go in here and let's say the load was $2,000. Just put $2,000 in here. Right? You can put $2,000 in there. And then, because that's the rate. And then if your miles, let's say they're $439 and paying $2,000. You just put the miles in when it pays. $2,000. Now you got that same load in your profit calculator. And you can sit there and look at, okay, I get 8 miles a gallon. And there's my tolls, 152.75. There's the percentage, right there. They do have a profit calculator right here, though, on the side, where now you don't even have to do that. You just click on profit calculator, and you can put in your miles. Let's say it's 1,000 miles, and the load you found on DAT pays $350. There's your 3,500. If you get 8 miles a gallon, and that's the average price, you put the fuel in there. There you are. You can put your own toll cost in, if you know them, your fees, and so forth. But it gives you the profit calculator standalone. And it also gives you a mileage calculator right off the bat, if you want to use that. And it gives you the rate check. Right? It gives you the rate check. Carlsbad, California to Lebanon, Indiana. Let's have a flatbed. Get rate. It's going to show you the average rates. The highest 2.25, $1.91 average, $1.80 low. There's your charts. Here's your monies right here. If it's a van, say get rates. Van's $338, $270 average, coming back across, and it gives you the money. If you're a reefer, get rate. $3.76 is the high, $3 is the average coming out of California back to Indiana. What better tool? All right here, just clicks the buttons here.
It's cheap.
These are awesome tools for $35. Premium plus, baby. What other load board gives you all that for $35?
I think we answered that guy's question, Jeff.
Well, I'm just going to ask. I'm asking anybody out there. Anybody out there know of another load board that will give you all that for that price? You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. A lot.
And like you said, you can upload your files.
Yes, you can do that too. Upload your files. So if anybody's not using 123 load board, get this toolbox in your tool, because this is a great tool.
You mean get this tool in your toolbox?
That's right. I said get this tool in your toolbox. That's right.
All right, listen. It's 11:03. It's 11:03 Eastern Standard Time.
All right, it's time for the dance. Yes, a little over $1 a day. You know what? There's some people that go get a Starbucks for $5.
Oh God!
Won't think nothing about it.
Please.
And you know what Starbucks does for you? Absolutely nothing for your business.
Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks. You know, of course, TA's coffee, they think they're Starbucks now. TA and Petro, they charge a fortune for it. They think they're Starbucks quality.
You should be able to make coffee in your truck yourself.
Right. So, thanks everybody for watching. School's in session, factoring, 1, 2, 3 load board, Thunder funding, all kinds of giveaways. This is going to cost me probably $50 to ship all this stuff out. So I got no help. Oser's, she stiffed her for $100. She wouldn't pay the fine. Absolutely stiffed her. And I don't get the super chats, and I don't get the cash apps like OTJB gets. So all this comes out of my pocket. You know, I don't get nacho machines. I don't get the kegerators. I don't even get a popperator. You know what I'm saying?
OTJB's channel is entertaining.
It is. It's 100% entertaining.
He does a damn good job.
It's entertaining, man. You
What
can't.
did he say before? He's got his digital gauges in his Trans Am now?
Yes. Look, OTJB should have 300,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers. You know, I watched a YouTube, these two kids, they got 4.9 million subscribers. What do they do to get 4.9? They're doing nothing. They're acting corny, right, is what they're doing, right? They're just acting stupid. And then everybody just subscribes. And then here you got James that can do 12-hour live feeds. 12 hours.
Yeah, and he keeps taking that truth serum.
Truth serum. He should be on the radio. 12 hours. They wouldn't even have to hire shifts. They could save
Jerry
money.
Lewis marathon, right? That's what it's like to the marathon.
They could save money. I'm going to get him on Sirius Radio. I said, look, you don't need these other clowns on there.
Howard Stern who?
You get OTJB on there. You can get rid of 4 DJs, 3 hours apiece. He's on there for 12 hours. He could do 16. YouTube only does 12. 60, he could do 2 shifts, get rid of half their employees. James could replace them all. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Although he might be 400 pounds within a year because he'll be having a lot of pizza deliveries.
He's not driving anymore?
DJ says James would have pizza maker and nacho machine in his truck if he goes back on the road. Oh.
I didn't even know he's off the road.
Yeah. He's been off the road. Talking about pizza machines. Look it up on YouTube. I was watching over in Europe, Japan, and there's one in Japan, and there's one over in Europe. Pizza vending machines, hot. You push the button, and it spits you out a hot piping pizza out of a vending machine. You pick your toppings, and it comes out just like it was in a box from a pizzeria in a vending machine.
I'm out. I'm not having that. We got the best pizza around here, man. I couldn't eat that crap.
Look, now OTJB is going to Google this garbage. And he's going to be, next thing you know, it's going to be Cash App for a pizza vending machine. That'd look cool in the background. So he's going to have a nacho machine, a pizza vending machine. He's going to have the setup, man. He's going to have the setup.
Hey, Jeff, did you ever hear of Take and Bake Pizza?
Yes.
They got that by you?
We had one up in Marquette, Michigan, when I lived up there. Take and Bake. My
wife calls me up. She lived in Faribault, Minnesota for a little while my kid went to school there, and they wanted. My son calls her up and says, "Hey, can you get us some pizza? Me and my friends, we want a couple of some." I said, "No problem." She looks up in on the phone. She calls up the local pizzeria and says, "I'd like to order a couple of pies." I said, "Yeah, no problem. Come on down." She shows up. Now we're from New York, so we never heard of this before in our life. The lady gives her two frozen pizzas. My wife's like, "What is this?" The lady's like, "This is Take and Bake." My wife's like, "Thank you." bake. Oh, I'm sorry. No, thank you. And she walked out. We
Yeah.
never heard of that before. Take and bake? What
Well,
the
take
hell?
and bake, right? If you walk in there, it's just like a pizzeria, right? It's like a smorgasbord. All the items are laid out. So you'll say, I want a large, and they'll make it right in front of you, right? So you tell them what you want on it. You want more of this, more of that. And when they get done, they'll wrap it, you take it home, and you bake it in your own oven.
Sorry.
Well, it's better than a frozen pizza, so, because it's fresh.
Oh, it is a frozen pizza.
Yeah, but let's say
It's
you
not
want
like it's dough and it's got to be cooked in your oven and
Well,
cheese has
yes.
to.
No, you have to cook it. It's raw.
Never
raw.
heard of that before.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, so you take it home. Let's say you want to eat later at night and you don't want to,
It's like Giorgio's or something.
Well, let's say it's a Sunday and you want that pizza, but places close early. So you go to take and bake at lunchtime or somewhere. You make the couple
Pizzerias
pizzas.
don't close around here.
You take them home. Well, they do here. We're
We
not
got one
in the
that stays open till
Look.
2 in the morning.
We're not on the island. Look, we're not on Long
right.
Island. You're on Long Island.
There's one 3 miles from my house. They're open weekdays till 2 a.m.
You're like Vegas. You guys never sleep on Long Island.
And
Somebody's
on the weekends,
always open.
4 in the morning. Right now, if I want to go get pizza, I could drive to this place and get a pot.
You got so many pizza joints around there that, Dave Portnoy can walk around, eat pizza 10 times a day, doing pizza reviews, making millions of views. Millions of views. Barstool Sports, right?
Yeah.
He's got a great business of just walking around eating pizza. See, OTJB can do that. He loves pizza so much, he could do the same thing.
I do
He
too.
could go around and do pizza reviews and do 4 or 5 reviews a day, hit every pizza place in the world. Get paid to do it.
I mean, I really like pizza. I think I love it. I could eat it a couple times a week. It's good.
Yeah.
Round pie, square pie.
Right. Yeah. But watch his shows, right? One Bite Reviews on YouTube. I think that's what it goes by.
I watched it a couple times.
Yeah, I think he's done all the ones in New York, and then he goes Jersey, Massachusetts. He's been to Michigan. He's been to Detroit. He's been all over. Been down to Florida. He goes everywhere, right? And then he was overseas doing it too, in Italy or something. But
Chicago's got the deep dish pizza. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you're only going to eat one slice because it's so thick.
It's heavy.
I mean, when you go to Chicago's, when you go to Chicago deep dish, you get the 4 little slices for $30, but 1 or 2 and you're done. I mean, you can't eat all 4. It's just too thick.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here.
All right.
It's after 11
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Robert Rum,
All right,
what's going on? We're going off. James is going on. James, get on here, do a 12-hour show. Midnight
James
to
is
noon.
doing the overnight.
Yeah. Overnight. This is your 3rd shift special. 3rd shift special.
All right, catch you later.
All right, and we'll go out because James loves guns. We'll give him a little rat-a-tat. Deep dish pizzas like lasagna soup, says Pale Rider TV. He would know. Now, if you want to know anything about tacos, he's the taco god right there. Pale Rider TV.
James, a taco guy?
Aficionado. No, Pale Rider. Pale Rider TV. He knows tacos. Yeah. So we're out of here because,
All right. Catch you later, Jeff.
Yeah, we need a best life, says Dave Cab Slip. Taco Bell is all you need to know. He says Taco Bell is the #1 Mexican restaurant in the country. I don't know about that, James. I don't know. My granddaughter would say you're right, because as long as you got one of those bussin' chicken quesadillas, right? Because they're bussin'. You would like those. All right. He needs a show on the road, dog. See y'all later. Thanks for watching. Yeah, she is a smart girl when it comes to Taco Bell. Of course. Yeah, James, where's my pizza? You didn't order it. Where's my Taco Bell? They're late. Send me a cash app, James. I need some Taco Bell. Actually, I think there's 2 slices of pepperoni bacon still in the refrigerator. We'll probably go get that. Grab a Coca-Cola. Why not? Eat right. Good food. It's healthy. It's got meat. It's got vegetables. It's got everything on it, right? It's healthy. Healthy food. Pizza is healthy food. We'll see y'all later.